This program is brought to you by cable franchise fees and generous donations from viewers like you.
You're watching the Amherst Weekly Report from Amherst Media on Friday, May 7th, 2021. I'm Claire Healy.
And I'm Rebecca Duffy, and these are the stories from this past week. Across the country, media organizations are being bought and sold by private companies, with the trend continuing this week. A few years ago, Verizon bought AOL for $4.5 billion, and then a couple years later, Yahoo for about the same price. Verizon's goal was to become a powerhouse in the online media and advertising business. However, they underestimated the tight control Amazon, Google, and Facebook had on those advertising dollars. This week, Verizon sold its media operations for a combined $5 billion to a private equity firm, roughly a $4 billion loss. This trend of media companies being bought, sold, and downsized over the past decade has seen even further layoffs. Last year alone, media companies eliminated 28,607 jobs, which included journalists, fact-checkers, editors, and administrative staff, according to the Daily Costs.
A virtual forum was held recently by Western Mass municipal officials to discuss the municipal broadband. The meeting was attended by town and city officials from Springfield, Holyoke, West Springfield, Agawam, and Northampton. The forum was co-hosted by Springfield City Councilor Jesse Lederman and Rebecca Lisi, City Councilor of Holyoke. The discussion covered many questions concerning the governmental process and procedures leading up to the acceptance and implementation of municipal broadband. The forum's intention was to understand what is happening around the valley, how the various municipalities have dealt with the issue of broadband being seen as a utility, and how in the future they might work collectively. Amherst Media is scheduling a recording of this forum to be made available soon on Channel 17.
Starting at the end of last week, Governor Charlie Baker announced that Massachusetts would lift the state's outdoor mask mandate when social distancing is possible. This is in accordance with CDC guidance that loosens the rules surrounding outdoor masks, particularly for those who have been vaccinated. Additionally, beginning May 10th, other restrictions regarding businesses will be eased. However, mask wearing will still be required at indoor public locations. Baker has also said that by August 1st, all industry and gathering restrictions will be lifted with capacity limits elevated to full levels. This comes as Massachusetts ranks among the highest in the nation for vaccine administration of its population. Local jurisdictions, such as Amherst, will continue to uphold many restrictions and greater reopening plans by the state over the next few months. In particular, masks will still be required outdoors in the downtown area. However, the town's Board of Health will convene on May 13th at 5 p.m. via Zoom to discuss the matter as many college students begin to move out of the town for the summer.
The Amherst Town Council's Community Safety Working Group proposed an alternative to policing in nonviolent and non-criminal situations. The program is called the Community Response for Equity, Safety, and Service, or CRESS, costing about $2.2 million and cutting into the police department funding. CRESS would be unarmed and made up by civilians. The situations they would address involve issues related to mental health, homelessness, substance abuse, wellness checks, youth, and schools. The group will be comprised of a director, 3 supervisors, 6 responders, an administrative assistant, 3 shift supervisor dispatchers, and 6 dispatchers. The town stated that they will work to hire multiracial and multilingual staff who have areas of expertise, such as in the medical field. There would also be a group designated to monitor police called the Civilian Oversight Board.
The Northampton Police Department signed an initiative to recruit more women for policing across the United States. Northampton is the first police department in Massachusetts to sign it, according to the Daily Hampshire Gazette. Known as the 30 by 30 initiative, the pledge's goal is to have women make up 30% of police recruits in 2030. More than 50 departments nationwide have signed the pledge already. Right now, only 12% of U.S. police officers are women, as compared to 16.9% of Northampton police officers.
UMass Amherst is now welcoming guests to next week's commencement ceremonies, thanks to Governor Charlie Baker's recent pandemic restrictions update. Graduating students may invite up to 2 guests, who must be registered in advance and wear masks throughout the event. All graduates planning to attend must comply with testing requirements and social distancing guidelines. The graduate school commencement is on Thursday, May 13th, and the undergraduate commencement on Friday, May 14th. Both ceremonies will be live streamed for those who are unable to attend.
This past Wednesday, May 5th, was the National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls and Two Spirits. A resolution was passed to designate this day in April in order to raise awareness of the disproportionate rates at which Indigenous women are killed and how little these instances are reported. According to the Center for Disease Control, murder is the 3rd leading cause of death for Indigenous women. According to the Department of Justice, Native American women face murder rates that are more than 10 times the national average, and reports have put the number of missing or murdered Indigenous women and non-binary people at over 1,300 individuals. People and activists drew attention to the day by wearing red, which we are doing tonight.
This is our last episode of the Amherst Weekly Report before we take a break for the summer. We want to leave you with an AWR News intern's favorite summer activities to-do list from around the Pioneer Valley. Personally, my favorite summer activity was going to Puffer's Pond with an inflatable tube, a book, and floating around for a while. Although if you're looking for activities that don't involve the water, I would recommend going to Mount Pollux in South Amherst for a picnic. Rebecca, what are your favorites?
Well, my favorite summer activity is to go to Hadley Scoop at the Silos. They have great ice cream there, and if you follow them on Facebook and they post your name, you can get a free ice cream cone. And guess what? Last summer, they posted my name, Rebecca, and I was able to get a free ice cream cone, and it was delicious.
I missed out. I didn't do that.
Now, this is a recommendation from AWR's Christine Feely. If you're looking for a summer activity that includes a little exercise, biking on the Norwatuck Rail Trail is always a fun option. Spanning 11 miles of paved roads, the trail features scenic views including farmlands and the bridge overlooking the Connecticut River. Other great options include Mount Toby and Mount Sugarloaf, located on opposite sides of the Connecticut River from each other. The 2 summits offer ample hiking trails and widespread and stunning views of the Pioneer Valley. Sugarloaf in particular offers a drivable path for visitors to reach the top.
And that marks the end of this season of the Amherst Weekly Report. While the show will continue at a later date, Rebecca and I are graduating and will no longer be the news anchors. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed bringing you the news weekly on this show and hearing through interviews and reporting all of your stories from around Amherst. This job has given me such a wonderful opportunity to explore my passion for journalism and storytelling and learn more about the Amherst community that has hosted me for these 4 years. Thank you for trusting me with your stories and to bring you the news.
And thank you for allowing me to join Claire at the anchor desk. It has been such an honor telling stories from Amherst and around the Pioneer Valley. Being a journalist for the Amherst Weekly Report has allowed me to meet so many incredible people, and it truly made me grow as both a storyteller and a person. I cannot thank you enough.
This has been the season finale of Season 2 of Amherst Weekly Report from Amherst Media. Once again, I'm Claire Healy.
And I'm Rebecca Duffy. We hope you have a great night and a great summer.